الطالبي العلمي from Morocco. You have the floor, followed by GFN Mudenda from Zimbabwe.
السيدة الرئيس، الزميلات والزملاء،
President, colleagues,
أتدخل باسم برلمان المملكة المغربية في هذه الدورة باختيار موضوع تعبئة البرلمان مواجهة التغيرات المناخية ليكون محورها الأساس إدراكا للمخاطر المحدقة.
So we are all aware of the threats that to humanity and planet Earth, and we are all aware that parliaments should be committed in order to face the climate challenges. On behalf of the Moroccan group in the IPU, I would like to extend my thanks and appreciation to the Indonesian authorities for organizing this session so successfully. I am also pleased to reiterate Morocco's commitment under His Majesty's guidance in order to protect the environment, in addition to fulfilling its commitments under the UN Convention for Climate Change. This gave the international community, this made the international community trust Morocco, as it nominated Morocco to head the 6th committee in a 2-year mandate. Marrakesh hosted in November 2016 the 22nd session of the Conference of Parties, which led to the implementation of a lot of measures that led to the African climate justice. Morocco led by example when it comes to implementing the measures to mitigate the emissions or reduce the emissions causing climate change,
which is implemented within the framework of variable public policies which are complementary to different policies. We don't have much time in order to talk about all these policies, but to let us remind ourselves of the different highlights of such policies. First, the Kingdom's policy with regards to renewable energy. Second, the agricultural policy, which is contributing to preserving the environment and supplying food to Moroccans, and which is somehow supplying a number of international markets. The control of the different activities of maritime fishery while preserving the renewal of the sea stock, and also the management of drinking water. Fifth, the prohibition of the manufacturing of plastic, which cannot be environmental friendly. Sixth, to commit everybody to take into account the environmental dimension in all the investment projects, and not to authorize a project unless it has a sort of environment impact study while respecting the ecological standards. Seventh, to accelerate the renewable energy plants, especially the Ouarzazate Noor solar energy plant, which is one of the greatest in the world for the production of clean energy, and to generalize such a project in all the kingdom in Noor al-Ayun, Noor Bujdur, and Noor al-Dakhla, which these are regions that are to host a $3 billion project that will adopt the newest technology, knowing very well that 22 cities from Tangier to the Guera do have projects that are producing energy from renewable resources, and there are many other projects with the liberation of the sector of the production of energy and opening the way for local production. We are one of the leaders in producing clean energy. Within the framework of solidarity foreign policy, the kingdom is sharing its experience and its policy with other friendly and neighboring African countries through some projects such as the harmonization of agriculture, such as the AAA initiative, which was launched by the King Mohammed VI during the Environment Summit of 2016 in order to reduce the vulnerability of Africa in order to implement agricultural projects in a number of countries in the kingdom and to contribute to reducing and mitigating poverty. In relation to the problems of Africa with relation to the climate change, Africa, which is contributing only by 4% of emissions. Here we are calling upon everybody to put in place partnerships in order to reduce the impact of climate change. Partnerships that go beyond the limited understanding of support and collaboration and cooperation. Why? Because the continent does have important resources and potentials for producing 60% of agriculture, the agriculture of the world. Colleagues, dear presidents, as legislators, here we are questioning what is the obstacle to the implementation of the different conventions for the protection of the environment. One of the main obstacles is the weakness of commitment of the governments and different funders, and the weakness of different financing for policies, and in order to do away with the measures that are causing further emissions. The weakness of exchange in technology and the cost. Well, and also the non-commitment to the Green Fund is one of the signs of the weakness of these engagements and commitments. COVID-19 was a worldwide test that has questioned the concept of international solidarity. We have learned much lessons from COVID-19 in order to use that in order to invest in technology and sustainable development. But this is something that needs from us to avoid selfishness and to act in solidarity and to exchange know-how and experiences and expertise. We are in the same boat and we are facing the same environmental problems, but the southern countries are suffering more than other countries from the climate change. Africa is the weakest link in the chain of this problems, and this is apparent in drought, desertification, migration, because of environmental problems. Women and children and the handicapped and the small farmers are the categories that are most prone to climate change. These are situations that are questioning the political or the international policies and also the different values that we need to share, and is questioning this sense of responsibility. And thank you for your listening.
Thank you.